Hey, I'm Stym, and in this segment of Keeping It Simple, we want to show you some easy care instructions for your hook and cook barrel barbecue. Once we wrap that up, I want to give some credit where credit is due, as well as talk to you about guarantees, warranties, and liabilities. Let's go ahead, let's get started. So let's talk about your hook and cook barrel barbecue barrel, taking care of the outside and the inside. Now, we never wash the inside of the barrel barbecue. As a matter of fact, I'd prefer if you put a nice coat of smoke on the inside before you even start cooking. And here's how I recommend you do that. I send my barrels out with a bag of wood chips, or you can get some wood chunks. You want to soak those in a small bucket of water. You want to take your disc, put your coals on them, get them lit and ready to go, just as if you were going to cook. Drain the excess water off your chips or your chunks, put them on the hot coals, lift it and lower it into the barrel, put the lid on and let that run out. And that'll put that coat of smoke on the inside so you're ready to start cooking. Now, let's talk about caring for the outside. One, make sure your barrel's not hot or it's even cooling down. Make sure your barrel's just cold. Take a good soapy water, a good sponge, scrub the outside of it, scrub the lid, then get a nice wet cloth, rinse the soap off of there, and then a towel to dry it. Please take care of your barrel barbecue. Now for storage, I store mine on pavers like this. If you don't have that option, don't store it on grass or dirt, because that'll put moisture underneath it and will cause the bottom to rot out over time. What I recommend is getting some bricks or some blocks to put it up on. I store everything in my barrel, the disc, the riser, the lifting hook, the rods, everything, the grill. Then I get me a good leaf and lawn bag or a big old garbage bag, like a 50-gallon, and I wrap it over, and it keeps everything nice and dry. Please, again, take care of your hook and cook barrel barbecue, because it's going to take care of you. So let's talk about wire brushing our grill. We know our top grill needs to be cleaned and wire brushed on a regular basis. Here's one other thing you're going to need to wire brush: your steel rods. Whenever I cook with my hook and cook barrel barbecue, I always use the pointy end in first with the blunt end sticking out. That way this side always stays much cleaner. Now, it's really simple to wire brush these. Just point it down and go ahead and wire brush your rod every once in a while. That'll probably ensure that they will last you forever. Let's talk about taking care of your lid quickly. Now, I designed the grill so it has a hook on it so you can place your lid on the side of the barrel. Probably best to do that at all times, but sometimes we'll get in the habit of setting it down on the ground. Sometimes when you do that, you'll tend to bend the rim of the lid in and you won't get a nice seal. All you need to do is get a pliers like this, go ahead, find the spot that needs to be bent out a little bit, bend it out, and that way when you put your lid on, you'll get a nice tight seal for the duration of your hook and cook. So let's talk about your lifting hook for just a second. One simple thing you never want to do is hang your hook on the side of the barrel while you're cooking. The barrel gets very hot and it has a wooden handle, and it'll toast that handle off there and it won't last you as long as it should. Now let's talk about the three functions of this hook. One of them is to hook our disc, lift it up, and lower it into the barrel. The second function is if we're doing an extended cook time to stoke our coals, we simply stick it in the holes and move our coals around. The third function is a handle to lift and help move your hook and cook barrel barbecue. Now, when I'm alone, I move everything out separately, move the barrel, and then put everything back in it. But if you're with somebody, you can have your entire barrel loaded with everything in it. One of you uses the handle, the other one uses the hook to pick up one side. Then you can both move your hook and cook barrel barbecue. So let's talk about cleanup just a second for your disc inside your barrel barbecue. Now, some barbecues similar to this will use what's called a coal basket, which is an open wire basket and will allow everything to fall out of it. But using the field disc, what it does is it keeps everything right on there, so you don't have to lift your barrel and tip it over to empty out everything that's inside. It simply stays right on the disc. Once I know my disc is burnt out and everything is good and cooled down, I will pull it out and simply find a safe place to go ahead and dump it. Now, what I like to do is I use a piece of wire, I dump it through the wire, pull out any good used coal that I can, because I like to reduce, reuse, and recycle whenever I can. I'll throw it back on my disc, lift my disc up, put it back in my barbecue, and it'll be ready to go for the next time I'm ready to use it. So let's talk about caring for our meat hooks. Now, when we're all done doing a hook and cook, we're going to have a smoke film on the outside of our hooks that simply won't come off by running it through a dishwasher cycle. So here's what I do. I go ahead, pull my hooks out and put them into a bowl. I'll bring them in and soak them in hot water and dish soap until I'm ready to get to them. Then I'll get a good sponge with a good scrubber on it, and I'll take each one individually and scrub it just like this until it shines. Once it's nice and clean, I'll go ahead and rinse it and let it dry. In doing that, you'll ensure that your meat hooks will last forever. Now, typically, I don't store my meat hooks in the barrel. You can go ahead and get yourself a little box to keep them in, or I just keep mine in my utensil drawer. Now, I want to take a moment to talk to you about guarantees, warranties, liabilities, and responsibilities. First, guarantees and warranties. We don't guarantee or warranty our product. There was a movie out not too long ago, and he said, I can put junk in a box and mark it guaranteed. All you're going to get is a guaranteed piece of junk. We use the best reused, recycled barrels that we can get. Stainless steel. All the components that we put in are good quality products. I guarantee you, if you take care of your grill, it'll take care of you. It'll outlast probably any grill you've ever had. You may even need to will it to your children. If you follow our step-by-step instructions, you can get the same results that we get. Liability and responsibility, that's up to you. This is a hot barrel with hot sides, a hot lid, a hot handle, hot rods, hot hooks. If you've ever had a stove or any kind of grill, been near a deep fryer, a hot pan, anything, it's your responsibility to be careful. Please watch our How to Light and Modify video a couple times so you can understand how important that is. Now, I want to give a shout out to a couple of people who have helped me along the way with this barrel barbecue. First, to the guys that first introduced me to this kind of grilling, Tony, Anthony, may you rest, Curtis with the K, Ron, all the guys that were out there golfing that day, thank you. I've taken that piece of clay and I believe I've molded it into a really great product. Someone who's helped me along the way in doing that is my buddy Bob. He's a welder, he's helped me weld a lot of my discs, and he's cooked more ribs than anybody I know in their barrel barbecue just to get them at the right temperature at the right time. Also, to my family for putting up for countless hours of putting together videos, overcooking, undercooking, drying out, tasteless foods, and going through all of that with me. Thank you. To my beautiful companion for coming up with that great dessert idea in the fire pit video. I can probably eat about 10 of those, but I won't, because I always got to remember, please eat responsibly. And for keeping it simple, I'm Stym-E. Thanks for watching.